Namaste. I'm Aparajita. I'm a painter and I paint on the theme of the Hindu gods and goddesses. And while you paint, you get many insights into these deities. And I thought it would be nice to share on Goddess Durga. My website is belovedindia.com. So I wanted to speak on how we can simplify Durga celebration. I feel somehow we have gotten too carried away with the rituals and the making it how enormous, and somehow we have forgotten the true essence that can actually be very basic and very simple. And during the time of pandemic, now that social gathering is not so much encouraged, it is actually a very good time to be inward and find out the missing part that was there in the rituals which we had forgotten. Before I speak about what demon and Durga is, I would like to share an incident I had in Varanasi. So I was in Varanasi during the time of monsoon and the ghats were almost submerged. Only the first few steps were visible. And the river looked very calm and I thought I could go for a swim. And when I started to swim, actually it was very pleasant and very effortless. But only after I went a certain distance, when I tried to take a turn, I realized that the undercurrent was very, very strong. The same force which was assisting me so far suddenly turned demonic, and it was just not letting me go when I decided to take a turn. I feel the same happens with life. Sometimes we just go with the flow and we think that we are surrendering to life, we are learning our daily lessons, we are doing our duties. But during that time, how we have unconsciously surrendered ourselves to the demonic forces, we often don't realize that. And when at some point of our life we realize, okay, we would like to be a little inward, only then, when we want to take that turn, we realize how strong the demon is and how difficult it is for us to tackle the demon now. I feel when we are in that position in our life, we feel that the demon is present and it is being difficult for us to handle the demon. That is the right time for Durga celebration. So let's say throughout the year, we were not so conscious. We didn't get so much time to be inward. So at least these 10 days, we can make it a point to be inward and find out where we are in our life at that point. And how we can do this is, let's say, in the first day, on the day of the Mahalaya, we can make a symbol. It doesn't have to be so elaborate really. Just a lump of clay could be sufficient. So we take a lump of clay, we keep it on the altar, and that becomes the symbol of Goddess Durga for the rest of the 10 days. And every day we take some time to meditate, we come back to the altar and we find out ourselves where we have scaled the demon and where we can invoke Goddess Durga. So now what happens is that when we ourselves try to deal with the demon, so sometimes that force has become so strong that it is very difficult for ourselves to deal with it. So what we do is we suppress that energy. And when we suppress that very strong energy, it becomes takes the form of aggression. It makes us depressive, or even if we manage to deal with the demon at that particular act, it might just manifest in some other way and come up through some other act, in some other behavior, forming another behavior pattern. So it is really very difficult to handle it. So what we can actually practically do is develop the opposite force, so which we can call Goddess Durga, and we develop the opposite force of the demon, which is going to take care of this force which we had unconsciously made strong. So what we have to really do throughout the 10 days is give energy to this force and not this force, so that another entity is developed which is stronger than this, and it will take care of that. So how do we invoke Goddess Durga? How do we make that energy stronger within us? So let's say the first 5 days of these 10 days, we can align ourselves a little bit more. We include a physical exercise during the day, we make time for meditation, we take time to do some spiritual reading. So that itself will make sure that we are a little more inward and aligned. And then the next 5 days can be a little more intense and specific. So on the day of Mahapanchami, we can decide, okay, let's take one bad habit in our life and we are going to deal with it on that particular day. So next day, we can deal with another bad habit, or it can just be the same actually. Or take one particular topic where you are going to develop consciousness. You are going to be very observant on what you speak today. So again and again, you will come back to your speech and be conscious of how you utter. So any of these tasks we can take up, and we can use these 10 days for cleansing, for being more inward, for being more conscious. And the last day, we can actually take that lump of clay to a water body and do Visarjan. I feel the significance of Visarjan is that we create a symbol for our own purpose. And the symbol is supposed to serve us, to make us believe that it is a assurance that a particular task is being accomplished or is accomplished, and then we hold on to that symbol. So once again, the external becomes more important than the internal. So when we do Visarjan, we can remind ourselves that Goddess Durga was always within me, and this symbol I have used as a pretext, and now I offer this symbol to the river. It becomes one with the river, just like how Goddess Durga is one with me. And make sure that being inward, that practice you do throughout the year in a more regular basis than before. I think that would be a very simple way to practice, to celebrate Durga, and that will also immensely benefit us and in each of our lives. So have a very good Durga Puja celebration this year, and I wish that Goddess Durga blesses all of us.